Hello everyone, I am Gopal Gupta. Today I am going to discuss about Python dictionary. The today's agenda point is we will talk about introduction about dictionary. Then we will talk about how we can create an empty dictionary. Then if you able to create an empty dictionary, then we will learn how we can add a new element in your existing dictionary. Then how we can access your value from dictionary. Then we will learn about how we can update our dictionary value using existing key. Then we will learn about how we can delete the Python dictionary or Python dictionary element. And then we will see some inbuilt method which is associated with Python dictionary and some generic function which can be applied over the dictionary. Let's start via some introduction. What is dictionary? Dictionary in Python is a collection of items. It is like collection of items you already learn. List is also a collection of items. Tuple is also a collection of items. But how it is differ from list or tuple or set? So our dictionary is a collection of items accessed by a specific key rather than by index. As you remember, when we learn list, the list is also a collection of some item, but list element can be accessed via index because list is a order list. Tuple is a order list, but our dictionary have no concept about index. It always stored value as key and value pair. Every value is associated with some key. So imagine you have a dictionary in real world. Okay? You already seen some Oxford dictionary, okay, where you can find the meaning of some words, difficult word. So how you can search? So when you need a meaning of any word, what you try to find? To find the key. The meaning of word, that word will be a key, and the meaning of that key will be your value. The same concept is applied here. Like a real life dictionary, we can write a key, with respect to that key we put some values. So how our dictionary looks like? The dictionary looks like this. Okay, we represent our Python dictionary inside the curly braces. Inside the curly braces, every element will be written as key and value pair. First we write the key, then we write values. We write key and value. We write key and value. For example, here we create a dictionary named A, having some fruits and eatable item. Like here apple. Apple is your key. What is apple? Their associated value is fruit. Here beetroot is a key and their associated value is vegetable. Cake is a key and dessert is a value. So always remember, dictionary is not like a list or tuple. Inside the dictionary, every element will be in the pair. There will be a key and value associated with that. So how we can create a dictionary? To create a dictionary, we have a method. So to create a dictionary, we can first write the name of object. Like here I write D as object name and equal to curly braces. It simply create a dictionary. Let's run it and check the type using type command. What is the data type of our D object? You can see here, just wait. My interpreter is very slow. You can see here D is an object which type is dictionary. So to create an empty dictionary, we can write the name of object is equal to curly braces. The next topic is how we can add a new element inside the dictionary. To add a new element, we can use a square bracket. The syntax is first we write the name of object. So in our example, our dictionary object name is D, After D we put a square bracket. Inside the square bracket we have to write the key. Suppose I want name as a key. Then using assignment operator we can put the value. Here value is a string, name of anybody. Suppose I took Ram. Then run it and print it. I am going to print our D object and run it. As you can see, it create a dictionary and add name as a key and Ram as a value. So always remember the dictionary is not just like a list. It is not an order, a sequence of element. Dictionary element always come within a pair, that is key and value pair. So once you learn how we can add element into dictionary, the next task will be how we can access the value using key. So to access value, Python dictionary is unordered. So to get a value from it, you need to put its key in square bracket. The same reverse process. So suppose I create a dictionary D having some value, key value pair like 1 colon 1 comma 2 colon 4 comma 3 colon 9 4 colon 16 and so on. This is our dictionary. I want to access value with respect to key 3. What we will do? We write the name of object D square bracket then key. Suppose I want to access value with respect to key 3. It will gives us again comma, we miss comma here while creating a dictionary. Run it, it will gives us value. Easily you can see here we create a dictionary. To access the value with respect to this key 3, what we write? We write the name of your dictionary object, put square bracket, and inside the square bracket we put the key. Let's see another example. Suppose I have a dictionary name week. Inside the week dictionary I have some key like day 1 and value as a string, suppose Monday, then day 2, and value as Tuesday, then day 3, value as Wednesday, and so on. I am not going to create the whole days, a dictionary for whole days. Suppose I want to pick value with respect to key day 3. What we write? First we write the name of object, that is week, square bracket, and inside square bracket we put the key. So for example day 2 and run it. It will give the value. The next concept is how we can update the value of an existing key. So suppose I took same dictionary, I copy here, or I want to add one more day inside this dictionary. So suppose this is my dictionary, week, and I am going to add one more week, day. So we write week, square bracket, then first we write the key. Suppose day 2, day 3, day 4. Day 4 is equal to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Run it and print it. Print using print command. You can easily see day 4 is added. As you notice, one more thing you can notice, our dictionary is not an order sequence. So when we print week, it first print the day 2, then day 3, then day 1. The order doesn't matter in dictionary because we can access every value via key. The next concept is how we can delete our dictionary. The first, if you learn how we can create a list, how we can add, how we can update, you should also know how we delete or how we can free our memory. To delete Python dictionary, so we can do this thing via two methods. Either we have a task to delete the whole dictionary, or we have task to delete some element from a dictionary. So first we will talk about how we can delete a element via key. So to delete we have a del command. So suppose I have a dictionary week, I took same dictionary week, I want to delete the element day2. What we write? We write del command space, then access that key via using object name and square bracket day2. So here week square bracket day2 represent this element day2 colon Tuesday. So it will delete day2 key, and after deleting I am going to print the same dictionary to verify that that element is deleted or not. You can easily compare. Okay, our new dictionary have no element with respect to key day2, that is deleted. Next is, if you want to delete the whole dictionary, then again we can use del command and simply put the name of object. At this time there is no need to specify which key you want to delete. You want to delete the whole dictionary. It will free up the memory. So delete it. Your week is deleted. After deletion I want to check is week is available inside the memory or not. If it is available inside the memory, it will print some value, otherwise it will gives us error. When we print the week, it will raise an error. Name error, name week is not defined because we delete the whole dictionary. Are you getting my point? Okay. The next is methods. So Python is very resource of packages and method. So, as you can see in the list, a list is associated with a lot of inbuilt method. At the same way, Python is also have some inbuilt methods to perform some operation over the dictionary. Let's see one by one. The first method is a clear. The clear method removes all element of dictionary, but it will not remove the dictionary. It's simply clear. If your dictionary have some element and you apply the clear method, it's simply clear out, swipe out. Okay? And your dictionary will be as an empty dictionary. So for example, suppose I create a dictionary, okay, and I want to apply a clear method. Before applying, I am going to print our old dictionary. Here I print before clear, how our dictionary looks like. Then we apply clear method, CLEAR, clear method. After clearing, I am going to again print the same dictionary after clear, and write big and run it. You can easily see before clear our dictionary have some key value pair like day 1 Monday, day 2 Tuesday, day 3 Wednesday. But once we apply the clear method, it clear and return an empty dictionary. The next method is copy. The copy method is to create a duplicate copy of your dictionary. If you want to create a duplicate copy, then you can use copy command. For example, suppose I have a dictionary, I want to create a copy. So we can write week 2, for example, as a object name, and week dot copy. It will create a duplicate copy. Then you can print and check. The week 2 also have the same value as week, but both memory location are different. if you check the ID of both object, weak object and weak 2 object, both ID will be default. For example, I am going to print ID of week, comma, ID of week 2 and run it. You can clearly see the ID of week is this and ID of week 2 is this. Both are different. So copy command create a duplicate copy rather than refer to same. If we apply same operation using assignment operator, we can also create a copy. This is a misconception. It will create a copy. Suppose I write week 1 is equal to week, and when we print week 1, it also show you the same elements inside the dictionary, but week 1 and week 2 both refer to same memory location, because here we assign the reference of week inside the week 1. It will not create a copy. You can verify it via using ID command. You can check the ID of both, ID of week and ID of week 1. If both ID are same, you can clearly see here, if both ID are same, then what's the problem? If you update any key value pair inside week 1, it will automatically reflect inside the week also, because both refer to same memory location. So either using week object name or using week 1 object name, if you update your dictionary, so you can that updated value is reflected by both object. The next method is get. The get method returns value with respect to key. So suppose you want to access value with respect to key, there are two methods. First method we will talk about using square. You can also use the get method also. For example, I have a dictionary, I want to get. We write get value with respect to day 3. So I write week dot get and pass the key. Suppose day 3. It will gives you a value. But there is one more parameter, that is default. If your key is not existing in your dictionary, it will gives us none by default. Because as you can say in syntax of get method, it takes two parameters, key 1 and default is equal to none. This is your default parameter. If you don't put any second parameter while calling the get method, okay, it by default take none as a value. So for example, suppose I want to access value with respect to key day 4, which is not visible inside our existing dictionary. It will return none. None means nothing. If you want to customize this default value, you can also customize. How we can customize? We can write here comma default is equal to and your customized message. Suppose I write here item not available. Available. Run it. It will gives us item not available. So either you can use default value or you can customize your message. So this approach will be used when you want to print a message when someone trying to get a value with respect to key and that key is not available. The next method is items. So item method return a list of dictionary. It returns the whole dictionary but return as a list rather than a dictionary. Okay? And the key and value will be in tuple form. For example, suppose I have a dictionary. Okay? I want to get all key value pair as a list. So we will apply items like week dot items and run it. You can clearly see the whole elements of dictionary is represented as tuple. Day 1 key and Monday is value, that is represented as tuple. It will return as a list. You can also see that there is a square bracket. This is a list. The list of tuple of key value pair. It will returns dictionary as key value as a tuple pair. If you want to fetch dictionary keys, if you want to look how many keys inside our dictionary, what are the keys inside our dictionary, so you want to a list of all keys rather than key value pair, then there is a method named as keys. So suppose I have a dictionary, I want to only key. What we do? We write week and keys. It will return a list having all keys. It will return a list having all keys like day 1, day 2, day 3. These all are the keys. At the same way, if you want to access a value, only value, then you can also do like week. I want to access only value, not key. It will gives us all values rather than key. The keys are used to get all keys from dictionary and values are used to get all values from dictionary. It will return all values and return as a list data structure. Return as a list. The last inbuilt method is your update. If you want to update, again for updation there are two methods. Earlier we will talk about how we can update a key value pair using square bracket method, or you can use update command also. So suppose I have a dictionary, I want to update. Okay. So suppose I also take one more dictionary, week 1, and inside this I took day 4 as a key and some value. Or I want to update week 1 via, so I want to update week via week 1. What will do? We write week dot update and pass the second dictionary and print the week and verify it. You can easily verify it. This is our week dictionary. This was your second dictionary, that is week 1. We update week dictionary via week 1. After updating, our week is update. Okay, day 4. This is your day 4. Next, the last is your generic function. Generic functions, there are a lot of generic functions available in Python which can be applied over multiple data structure, like if you want to calculate the length, sum, maximum value, minimum value. Inside dictionary we can use length to find the length of the dictionary. So suppose I have a dictionary week and I want to find the length, we can put len and pass the object. It will gives us the length. So it gives us 3. That is, our week dictionary had 3 elements. Element first, element second, and element. So that's it from my side about dictionary. So thank you for watching this lecture series.